Giggins for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome to the Hillsborough Events Center in Hillsboro, North Dakota, everybody. I'm Leif Bakken here on yourliveevent.com with the play-by-play action for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs hosting the Enderlin Eagles. And a little North Dakota girls basketball, a little Region 1, Region 2 basketball. Boroughs in that Region 2, Enderlin Region 1. As we've got the pep band even playing. We got a little Ghostbusters action to start us off. And I'm always jacked up. I was in the band and always glad to have the band playing. It's fun to have them along. We'll be talking about these two teams as Keith thinks that I played the flute, and I did not. I played the baritone saxophone. A little guy like me was lugging the huge saxophone around. That's right, Keith Meyer will be joining us later on here in our pregame. And we'll be starting with our Irie Insurance pregame show in just a little bit. Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs hosting the Enderlin Eagles on yourliveevent.com.
Winter is a planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis van der Haaf, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
Ulster Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Ulster Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. From sunup to sundown, they're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Everyone here at the Hillsborough and Central Valley School Districts would like to take this time to remind parents to teach their children how to be responsible and stay drug-free. By late elementary, many children know of a classmate who smokes, drinks, or uses drugs. It is never too early to talk to your child about substance abuse. Schools teach kids to say no to drugs, but it's what the parents do that counts the most. This has been Stella Benson with a message from the Hillsborough and Central Valley School Districts.
From the Hillsborough Events Center in Hillsboro, North Dakota, the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs hosting the Enderlin Eagles in North Dakota girls basketball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken, and we are getting underway with our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. That's IHRYINS.com. Part of our Irie Insurance pregame show is a little pregame talk with both coaches. We're going to start off things with Coach Haley Lout here for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs. On yourliveevent.com, I'm Leif Bakken, talking with head coach of the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs girls basketball team, Haley Lout, and just coming off a win over Park River Fordville Lincoln, 38-35, makes you 2-15 overall. Coach, talk a little bit about what you guys did and what you liked about last night's game.
Yeah, last night we just had the energy. The girls really wanted it. They were going after everything. We did the little things right. We came out a little slow, but we talked about it. Hey, if you want this game, we've got to start fixing those things, and they did it, and they pulled through. We had Megan Ensign hit some really good shots with the 7-3 she put down, and it was just fun. It was a fun game for the bench to get into, and everybody wanted it out there, and they showed and they got it.
So, do you think you can carry over those things into this game against Enderlin?
Yeah, I think the girls were really pumped about last night. They finally saw that, hey, this is the team we are, and this is the team we've got to play like for the rest of the season now. So I think the girls have a really good shot tonight, and we just got to keep doing those little things right.
So we talked over the weekend. We were just talking before about a busy week for you guys. It's going to be tiring. The girls are going to get tired most likely. But what do you tell the girls? What are you saying to them that hopefully kind of gets them over that hump, or maybe even the mental part of it of, hey, we've got 4 games this week. That's a lot.
Yeah, the big thing was just sticking together. It can be really tiring. I know me and Coach A were talking today how tired we were, and we can only imagine how the girls are feeling. So we just got to hang in it there together and get rest right away. So getting sleep at night, getting food in us, and just keep going.
Talk a little bit, too, about what you had to do to prepare for Enderlin. Since you had a game last night, I imagine there's no time to do any practice. There's no time to really watch film. And did you kind of do that over the weekend? Or of course, you're taking one game at a time, so it's hard to look ahead as you have a full week schedule.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week, but on the ride home, the girls were watching game film on Enderlin and kind of looking at that stuff, and we talked about it. So we're just going to have to keep playing our game and just kind of adjust as the game goes.
Ultimately, what's the game plan tonight?
I think there's a little kind of motivation in it. I told the girls, hey, this is my hometown. We've got to go out there strong, and so they're ready to go and compete tonight. And so the girls are ready. They're ready for a long week. They put in the practice last week, and they're ready to go. So I'm excited to see them tonight.
Coach Haley Lout of the Hillsborough Central Valley girls basketball team, the Boroughs, taking on the Eagles from Enderlin. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Get the dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsborough Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsborough, Grandin, Purley, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart, east of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsborough Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877. The story is told that the lumber yard in Hillsborough has been continuously operating on this same location since 1881. That means that although it has changed its name, appearance, and ownership a few times, we've been in business for 140 years. Proudly part of the Hillsborough community as one of the original businesses founded on serving our neighbors. And wouldn't you know, that business model still works after all this time. With a focus on customer service, Hillsborough Lumber welcomes you.
Today's sponsorship is provided in part by Anderson Cutting Horses, Roger and Connie Anderson. They wish all boroughs the best in academics, athletics, and extracurricular activities this school year. Roger and Connie Anderson of Anderson Cutting Horses are proud to have the students of Hillsborough and Central Valley represent our communities. Good luck, boroughs, in all that you do. From Roger and Connie Anderson, Anderson Cutting Horses.
You may know that Big Tex Trailers already offers you industry-leading features like mega ramps, HD suspension, and the all-new hydraulic dovetail. Every time you hook on, know that your Big Tex is up for the job. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough to find out what owning a Big Tex can do for you. Shop the full line of Big Tex products from ATV trailers to goosenecks to dump trailers and more. Visit your Big Tex dealer, Bloomfield Enterprises, Hillsborough. Contact Tim at 701-430-0877.
On YourLiveEvent.com, part of the Irie Insurance pregame show, I'm Leif Bakken with head coach of the Enderlin Eagles, Philip French. And the Eagles are 3-15 overall. And, Coach, kind of a busy week for you guys. Hillsborough's got 4 games this week. You guys have 3, and just coming off a 67-52 loss to Tri-State. Talk a little bit about the things you liked and didn't like in that game from last night.
Well, we didn't handle their pressure very well, and we don't always run our offense well. We're a very young team, a lot of inexperience. I got one girl that came back with varsity experience, so it's almost like a JV team throughout the year. But they play hard all the time. These kids show great heart, and it's a building block every game.
What are some of the things that you guys did well last night that you hope to bring here against Hillsborough Central Valley?
We finally started moving the ball a little better offensively, trying to understand what they're supposed to be doing, and we shot pretty good last night. And they battled. They got down and they fought back, and then they kind of lost it at the end again. But they don't throw in the towel. They're a pretty good group.
Two kind of comparable teams when you look on paper at the records. Not a ton of wins, but young, learning teams. Yep. And on the bright side of that, Coach, you're able to kind of shape these girls into what you need over the next several years when you have a young team like that, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, we don't lose anybody that's varsity right now. We got one senior on the team, but she plays mostly JV. So we don't really lose anybody. We get everybody back. A lot of experience they've gained this year. Kind of experience under fire, but they've gained a lot of really good experience. Like I said, they're a great group. They work hard. They listen. They want to learn. They want to get better, and we're going to have a good summer.
That's great to hear. Last thing for you, of course, you take one night at a time. Like I said, you had Tri-State last night, Hillsborough Central Valley tonight, and then move ahead to Thursday, and you got Kindred, and that'll be at home. And then we're already to the region tournament. Yep. So, it turns into a busy, very fast basketball season.
It does, yeah, and we'll probably play Tri-State in the play-in game, so we'll probably play them right away again next Thursday. So familiar opponent, I guess, and we'll see how that goes.
For you, last thing for you here is, what's your game plan here against Hillsborough Central Valley?
We just want to play a clean game. We want to play hard. We want to work on the things we've been working on, all the little things, all the fundamental things, and just see if we can play a clean game.
Sounds good. Head coach for the Eagles of Enderlin, Philip French, thanks so much for your time and best of luck tonight.
You bet, thank you.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the Agronomy Centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving the lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots, American Crystal Sugar Company.
And welcome back to the Hillsborough Events Center, Hillsborough, North Dakota. The Irie Insurance pregame show continues. I'm Leif Bakken on YourLiveEvent.com. Joined now by Keith Meyer. As Keith, let's talk a little bit about the JV game that folks just saw a bit ago. A 48-34 win for Hillsborough Central Valley as the Enderlin Eagles were down by, I didn't write it down. They were down by quite a bit and kind of pulled back up in the end. But the big headliner for last night's game, kind of moving into tonight, and we saw it in the JV game, is the freshman, and that's Megan Ensign, who last night drained 7 threes. She had a total of 25 points, and we saw her do that for the most part in that JV game.
She looks like she must have slept right. She didn't sleep on any arms or anything like that. Put them to sleep. Her motion is still there. She hit 2, maybe 3 3-pointers. A couple more shots that were just inside the 3-point line. That's going to be critical for the Burrows, is to get her some space so that she can take those shots. Now, in the JV game, she was getting room so that she could step into the shot. If Enderlin chooses to play some man-to-man, that's going to be more difficult to do because now you got somebody in your face and you can't take that step towards the basket. You have to shoot it more flat-footed, or you don't get that forward momentum surge to be able to get the ball up to the basket.
So we'll see how Enderlin changes things in the varsity game compared to their junior varsity game. Before we started everything up here, kind of in between games, it is senior night, and so we got to witness the seniors, who include Tatum Limke along with Stella Benson on this team. And so when you add those two seniors into this, a little more confidence onto the floor, Keith, and we were talking about that during the JV game. If you have some confidence, I think this Hillsborough Central Valley team looks a whole lot different, and we're starting to see them come into that confidence, maybe a little late in the season, but that's good that they recognize that now, and then when it comes to next fall and winter, they're able to work that in.
Well, both of these teams are looking for that confidence. Maybe they can pull off an upset in those play-in games and get themselves to the region tournament. You always got to keep that hope in the back of your mind. And then again, as well, for next season, they need that confidence so that they get a taste of winning, and they can then maybe realize, hey, if we make a commitment to this, we could be a whole lot better next year, and we could get better the year after that. So both these teams, just as so many rosters we've seen throughout the season, 1, maybe 2 seniors, a couple of juniors, maybe 1 or 2 sophomores, and then a pot full of freshmen, 8th graders playing, 7th graders playing and contributing. So that, there's a lot of teaching and a lot of learning that's got to go on with these young kids, and you can always use that to push you towards that region play-in game, and you hope that everybody has learned their lessons and everything clicks, and you just never know. Those play-in games, those teams are usually pretty well matched, and anybody can win them.
You've heard me ask that question in the pregame to coaches before. Everybody listening probably has, no matter what team it is, Hillsborough, Northern Cass, now Enderlin, other teams, is these coaches now have some younger players to work with and form into what they need, and then they actually saw after the COVID year, and now things are feeling back to normal a little bit, and we're able to see what we need, see what we have to shape these teams to look like. So it's going to look good here in the next few years. We're coming up on the end of our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at IrieINS.com. It's IHRYINS.com. We have got your starting lineups coming up, brought to you by American Crystal Sugar in just a bit. Thanks for being with us. Basketball action is on the way.
You're never too young to start saving for your future. Dakota Heritage Bank offers the Grow With Us program. It's a young savers club with various incentives, newsletters, a higher savings rate, bonuses, and more. Contact Dakota Heritage Bank to learn more about the Grow With Us program. Dakota Heritage Bank has locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hillsborough Drug and Gift, your area Health Mart pharmacy, is bringing you the savings on your cough and cold medications, including Luden's Throat Drops, just $1.49 per package. Health Mart Cold and Flu Severe 24-count caplets, $5.49. Health Mart Cough DM Liquid, $8.99. Health Mart nighttime liquid caps are $4.99. And get this Health Mart bonus, omeprazole acid reducer. Get 28 tablets plus 14 free for just $15.99. Hillsborough Drug and Gift and Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Full Service Foods in Hillsborough provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsborough and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsborough, proud to support this community event.
Well, let's get to your starting lineups. They're a little bit ahead of us, but this is your American Crystal Sugar starting lineup. Starting off for the Enderlin Eagles, number 5 is Genevieve Gruba. She's a 5'10 guard and a junior. Number 10 is Rachel Bergstedt, a junior forward at 5'8. Number 13 is Aspen Schlecht. She's a 5'6 guard and a freshman. And Mackenzie Wall wears the number 20, a 5'6 guard and a sophomore, along with number 23, Kristen Nord, the 5'9 forward and a sophomore. Head coach again, Phil French, assisted by Lindsey Bunn. As we go on, it looks like we've got some of the Borough buddies, or whatever you want to call them. A fun little thing for them to have as part of their program here and part of our American Crystal starting lineups. You can learn more about American Crystal Sugar, including career opportunities, online at crystalsugar.com. And now, let's go to our starting lineups for the Boroughs of Hillsborough Central Valley. Tatum Limke, that senior we talked about, wearing the number 3. She's a guard at 5'7". The other senior, she wears the number 11. It's still a Benson, the forward at 5'6". Number 24, a young and upcoming good basketball player, Kennedy Olson, the freshman at 5'5". She's listed as a guard and forward, mostly playing guard this season from what I can tell. Number 25 is Haley Smeldon. She's also a freshman listed at guard and forward. She stands at 5'8". And number 33 is a junior, Matea Ahrens. She's a forward at 5'8". Head coach once again, Haley Loud, assisted by Olivia Anderson. The Boroughs of Region 2 hosting the Region 1 Enderlin Eagles here at the Hillsborough Events Center. Thanks so much to American Crystal Sugar for sponsoring our starting lineups. Learn more about them at crystalsugar.com. I'm Leif Bach, and this is yourliveevent.com. Keith Meyer running our camera and color commentary. We appreciate all the work he does. And Mark Forseth in the building as well, executive producer for Your Live Event. We are underway in Hillsborough. The tip will go to Smeldon. Limke, now Olsen gets the handoff and will run the offense. Ahrens, now Olsen on this near side. Nice bounce pass. Turnaround for Benson to start the scoring, and that's an exciting way to get things rolling. A little bit of pressure put on. Here's the interception by Ahrens, giving her the steal. Olsen trying to send over to Limke. Slips through her fingers, but she gathers it up close to the sideline. Benson, Ahrens, and now Olsen trying to drive. Gets stopped in the wing, kicks out to Ahrens just above the elbow. Now underneath to Benson, tries that turnaround shot again. Rebound tipped back in, and it'll fall into the hands of Gruba. Gruba will bring the ball down the floor. She'll drive, put it up, a little hard off the board. Rebound falls off, defensively, to Benson. Olsen passing up ahead to Ahrens. She's in the lane. She'll get shut down and kick back out. Here's Limke trying to drive. Looks back at the official and has to kick back. Now come back to Limke, playing tight. That's Schlecht. Here's a nice shot for Benson again. Not going to work, and here's a foul that'll go on Limke. Token press going to be put on again here by the senior, Tatum Limke. So the Eagles will go into a little bit of a press breaker. They'll get it across the line. This one falls out of the hands of Nord. Now we'll make it all the way over. Nice job by Smeldon, playing very aggressively. We've seen that before, Keith, where she likes to play aggressive, and that's just a good move for her to poke that one away. Gruba hands off here to Schlecht. Shot from just above the free throw line. Missed, and loose ball ends up in the hands of Kennedy Olson for the rebound. Almost gets trapped, and now we're trying to figure it out. Last touched by the Eagles, so the Burrows will inbound in the backcourt baseline. 6:07 to play in the first. Ahrens gets the inbound pass. Limke has wide open Prairies to work with. She'll drive, stop, pop that, and be fouled from behind on that wing shot, so she'll take a trip to the line.
I have never heard that one before.
What's that?
Wide open Prairies to work with.
I guess that's the Western Dakota in me coming out.
Yeah, Western South Dakota.
First shot for Limke is off the mark. No good. First free throw attempt for either team tonight. Just underway. 2-0 lead for the Hillsborough Central Valley Burrows as the second one goes in, and the Golden Harvest Seed scoreboard reads 3-0 now. Gruba trying to drive in, gets trapped. Schlecht, and then passes into the corner. That's Wall. Now Olsen is trying to get to the ball, and Gruba dives, and they call her for the push. So first one on Kennedy Olsen, second one on the team. And we're right back into it. Gruba stopped on that far wing. Good job by Limke covering her hard. Nord with it, skip pass to Gruba. Drives in, off the board, and there's a good job for Gruba to start things going for the Eagles. Olsen trying to get that Eagle off of her. Smeldon hit the floor. She had the ball, no call. Now we'll set things back up at the top as we approach 5 minutes to go. Limke with it on the far side of the key. Ahrens will come way out on top, get that. We'll come to the near side with Olsen, bounced off of the feet of Bergstedt. Limke with a fake. Here's Smeldon from the elbow. Ooh, in and out, no good. Rebound falls down to Gruba. She'll bring it up herself. Olsen picks her up at the arc, and then we turn around and pass it back. Schlecht, skip pass on this near side to Wall. Working the ball around. Long three-pointer on the way. Rattles around, no good. Rebound will be offensive. Put back up. Ooh, in and out, no good for Bergstedt. Gruba gets stopped. Now he kicked Wall, looking for a three. Nails that one through the strings. That'll put the Eagles up 5-3 as the Burrows try to inbound it, and the jump ball is called possession arrow in favor of the Eagles, I believe, and then timeout's going to be called. We'll take a timeout as well on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard for Golden Harvest. 5 for the Eagles, 3 for the Burrows.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank. The Goose River Bank wants to bring banking to you. The days of coming into the bank to do business are changing. With digital banking, you can choose how and when you want to do business with us. We will still be here when you need us, but sometimes it's more useful to bank from the seat of your tractor, the kitchen counter, or even while you're on the go. Let the Goose River Bank become your community bank. We believe that a strong bank builds strong communities, and we would be proud to be your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
5 for the Eagles, 3 for the Boroughs on the Tim Cassette seed sales scoreboard. 701-430-0877 for your seed needs from Tim Cassette. Inbound by the Eagles is bounced off of Benson. Now it's out to Gruba, who takes that three-point shot. Off the mark, no good. Rebound is almost offensive before a foul is caused here by Benson, her first.
Girls are boxing out, but then they forget to go get the ball. They're letting Enderlin have it.
Approaching 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Long three launched there by Schlecht, and then rebound falls down to Limke as this one's knocked away, and it turns out to be a foul.
Middle of the court is open against that pressure. It's kind of now it looks more like a man-to-man pressure, and it is.
Benson finds Limke at half court. Limke gets across the line, goes up ahead. Ahrens was supposed to cut lower, but it's taken away. That was by Bergstedt. Gruba in charge, leaves it for Schlecht. Now we come to Wall. Hard bounce pass back over, top of the key, looking for three. We noticed this in the JV game as well, Keith, that Enderlin likes to look for the three-pointer instead of pass to the middle. Right now, this varsity team does not have a big post player to really go to in the middle, so they might be relying on outside shots as a foul comes up here, the second for Limke, and team foul 4. First shot on the way, good for Gruba.
In the JV game, it was most definitely a three-point oriented offense. That's about all they took in the JV game.
Megan Ensign, wearing the number 13, steps on along with Hattlestead. Carsey Hattlestead wearing the number 40. She has the ball, drives to that wing, and now Ensign will set things up at the top. Man-to-man defense, as you mentioned, Keith, I just noticed, so that is going to change things up for the Boroughs. As I say that, Ensign takes that three-point shot. Carsey hits the ground, no good. Rebound falls down to Gruba. No whistle as the Eagles lead. Ensign dives on the ball for the steal, and now we're going to have a jump ball in favor of the Boroughs.
Enderlin doing just a good job of out-hustling the Boroughs right now. Ball is loose. They've got two people jumping on top of the ball.
Little confusion by one official, I think, making sure that we've got the right team with the possession. Limke will receive the inbound pass. Benson out to Smeldon. Smeldon trying to drive, and then she'll stop and just leave it back for Benson as Wall was doing a good job playing some defense. Ensign on this near side key. Drives to the top. Now Smeldon high on the wing. Nord hits the floor, but recovers from that as Benson drives in. Little just underneath the elbow shot. Missed, and Schlecht comes up with the rebound. She'll bring the ball herself, being guarded by Limke. 2-3 defense being played by Hillsborough Central Valley. Wall fakes, drives into the lane, no good. Rebound will be offensive and go to Bergstedt. Schlecht on the drive. She hits the floor, and the rebound will go to Carsey Hattlestead. The freshman standing at 5'8". Ensign, a freshman as well, standing at 5'6", listed as a guard and forward. Here's Limke driving in, and they're going to call the charge on Limke. Bergstedt was there and set up as she hits the deck. And it feels like we've been stuck on 7-3 for a bit. This will encourage Coach Laut to bring in Olsen for Limke here.
1-3-1 trap for the Boroughs, and they'll fall back into a 2-3 zone.
Nice job by Olsen on the recovery on the other side. Shot missed for the Eagles. Good rebound for Benson. Olsen likes to push the pace. Here's Ensign for a long two-pointer. No good. Rebound falls down to Nord. Nord passes over to Wall, and Wall brings it up. Now we pass to the near side where I missed one of their players stepping on. That's Michaela Wall, the 5-foot guard and a freshman. Battle for the ball on the pass and a jump ball. We've seen quite a few of those so far, Keith, so that's good. Both teams being aggressive going after the ball. .134 to go in the first quarter. as Gruba inbounds. Wall, and we go all the way around. Here's Gruba looking for that three-pointer, as we mentioned, off the rim. No good. Rebound falls down to herself in the corner. And she steps out of bounds. So, lucky break there. Benson inbounds, finds Olsen. Up ahead to Smeldon. She'll drive up. Hattlestead kicks back to Ensign. Now Olsen will set the play up. Ensign high on the near side wing. Nice bounce pass in, and as Hattlestead was trying to gather that up, Gruba reaches around and grabs her. That's Gruba's first team foul 3, so the Eagles have some to give. As Benson got that inbound pass, hands off to Olsen. Now taken away here by Schlecht. Schlecht on the drive, no good. Rebound is loose and falls into the hands of Benson. Olsen bringing the ball up the floor. Now it's poked away and stolen away by Michaela Wall. She had some space to work with, but she'll pull back, set things up. Gruba now with 43, trying to drive in and call the foul as she's playing a little pinball with herself, bouncing off those two defenders.
Kennedy Olsen, instead of trying to drive through that little bitty crack there, she just got to stop her dribble, not stop the dribble, but pull herself back a little bit to give herself some room.
Ball work to the corner. Eagles didn't like it, so they work it back to the top. Here's a quick shot for Schlecht. Rebound falls down to Hattlestead defensively. Now a battle for it, and instead of a jump ball, it's going to be a foul here in the first one for Michaela Wall.
Now, I personally like that call, because if you call a few of those hacking and grabbing and reaching fouls, eventually the girls figure it out and they stop doing that, and you get more of a flow to the game.
Benson went to stop there at half court and pass along with 20 seconds even to go in this first quarter, and she gets fouled. Second one on Schlecht, and 5 team fouls. Olsen with the ball at the top. Sends it over to Smeldon, being hassled a bit by Schlecht. Ensign now with it. As Hattlestead was trying to roll, Gruba intercepts that pass, drives in, and puts it in. And time will expire as well. So, low-scoring first quarter for our two teams here as the Enderlin Eagles lead the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs 9-3 on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Second quarter action on the way on YourLiveEvent.com.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halsted Living Center, or find more information at halstedlivingcenter.com.
The Hillsborough Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsborough Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsborough Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs. The Hillsborough Central Valley Booster Club encourages everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsborough Central Valley students. Go Boroughs!
Second quarter action on YourLiveEvent.com as the Boroughs start with it. Benson drives in, can't quite get the shot to go up. Gruba will come up with the defensive rebound as I switch pens. Here in North Dakota, they play 4 quarters of basketball. I've been doing Minnesota ball lately, and they play halves. So got to get back used to this North Dakota quarter ball. This is Mackenzie Wall, had it at the top. Schlecht. Kick back out from Nord. Schlecht looking for 3 on the wing. No good. Rebound will fall offensively to Gruba. Wall with it. Back down to the corner to Gruba. Drive to the wing. Handoff bounce pass. Schlecht will take it at the top. Looking for a 3-point wing shot. Just a little shy, and defensive rebound there for Stella Benson, the senior. honored tonight on senior night for the Boroughs. Smeldon brought it across the timeline. Olsen will be in charge. Smeldon sets the screen, runs across, and the roll is intercepted. Schlecht drives all the way, too hard off the board. Rebound is offensive for Michaela Wall.
Two bad mistakes there. One was throwing that cross-court pass without looking at the defense, and Enderlin did a good job of snatching it away. And then they didn't go grab the rebound, the Boroughs.
Ball worked around the perimeter for the Eagles, and then Hattlestead has her hand on the back of Nord. And so got to make sure you're watching want to be aggressive there in the post. And I don't know what you taught as a coach, Keith, and how you played in that position. And the game has changed too, but you try to play close, but you can't use your body quite that much as we shoot the bonus here. First one missed for Nord, and then it's put back for Gruba, and now a timeout going to be called by Coach Haley Lout. We'll take a timeout as well, and then I'll let Keith answer my question on yourliveevent.com. Tim Cassette Seat Sales scoreboard, 11-3. Eagles over the Boroughs right now in 2.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
11-3, the Enderlin Eagles lead the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bach, and Keith Meyer with me as well as the after the shot put in by Gruba and Coach Haley Lout for the Boroughs takes that timeout. Here's a good turnaround for Olsen to recognize that Ensign is open there. So a great assist. And trying to crawl out of the little bit of the hole they're in. Gruba is wide open in that lane, drives in and goes up against Hattlestead. No problems there. Leading the way with 8 of those 13 points on the board. Ensign passes over to Benson, and she'll bring it across the timeline. Olsen will be in charge of the offense. Looks like the 8th grader, Addie Sari, is checking in for the Boroughs. We'll see her in just a bit. Olsen going to drive to this right side. Gets stopped high on the wing. Kicks back to the key. Now we come back to Olsen. Dovenmuller, she stepped in a little while ago, just got a chance, and that's a great baseline drive for her, Keith, and being able to utilize that. Desiree Dovenmuller, the 5'8 junior.
Nice little ball fake to get the defender off balance.
Makes it 13-7 in favor of the Eagles. 5:25 to play in the first half as Gruba drives in. Too hard off the board. Ensign will come up with the defensive rebound. Trying to break the press that's put on here, and they will. Here's an opportunity. It's a little bit uneven, though, not in favor. Here we go, looking for a three-pointer off the front of the rim, and now a foul going to be called out here on the edge. Megan Ensign going to go shoot 3 from the free throw line.
When she's got room, she's got to let that thing go. She's not off by much. I mean, that hit the rim twice. I guess they're calling.
I guess they said it was on the floor after the shot.
After the shot, yeah.
So Stella Benson will go to the bench. Sari steps onto the floor. That was on Michaela Wall of the Eagles, who's guarding Olsen right now. This one was passed over to Ensign, but Ensign was cutting. And so a turnover there. I was going to try to keep track of these turnovers, but I'm behind on that. I've got steals at least.
Well, that one was just another careless cross-court pass, not getting it where the ball needs to be.
Nice job by Nord on the cut there as we're talking about passing and a good pass. Then Olsen tries to pass and a turnover and a steal for Schlecht. Here's a three-pointer from the corner for Gruba. Good. Pressure put on by the Eagles. Little contact, no call. Dovenmuller with it at the top of the key. Ensign open on the wing, looks for the shot, no good. Rebound falls down defensively to Michaela Wall. Gruba going to pick up the pace as the Boroughs aren't paying attention. Shoot a free throw shot, no good. Rebound will be to herself. And now a foul going to be called. As Gruber was trying to go recover that. Kennedy Olson drawing her second. Team foul 8, so we'll shoot the 1-1. As I mentioned, Kennedy Olson. Maddie Olson, the 5'2 junior, will step on and play some ball. 1-1. First on the way. Round the rim, no good. Rebound will be offensive. Gruba now kick to the corner where Nord is. Back to the block. Now out to the wing. We'll set things up with Schlecht at the top of the key. Gruba standing there open at the free throw line. Now Schlecht will try to drive. Looking for that open three-point shot. As we saw in the JV game, we mentioned this before. Good rebound for Hattlestead. Addie Sorry with it. She'll set things up right near half court. Olsen with a good screen. Drives. Stopped on the high wing. This one taken away. Great steal for Bergstedt. Schlecht up ahead to Michaela Wall. Back to Schlecht. Gruba with it on that far side. Skip pass around. The Eagles pass until they kind of try to find an open three as we approach 3:10 to go in the first half. Nice little drive and hook there. No good. Rebound will be fouled before Nord can rein it in. Put this one on Dovenmuller, her first, and team foul 9. This will send Kristen Nord, the 5'9 sophomore, to the line. No good. Rebound Dovenmuller. Sorry will bring it up the floor. Ensign to Olsen. That's Maddie Olsen. Skip pass to Sorry. We've seen her make threes. The Eagles should not doubt her as we try to pass down to Hattlestead underneath, and it goes past her, and Gruba tries to save it in, but it'll stick with the Burrows underneath. Substitute coming in here. I believe it's the return of Mackenzie Wall. Ball worked around by the Burrows. Ensign lets this one fly. Great three-point opportunity for her, even under a little bit of pressure, Keith. So that was a good-looking shot and a great job for her. They try to trap her at half court, Gruba, and now it's taken away by Dovenmuller. Up ahead to Ensign. Gruba playing hard against her. Now ball is loose. It'll be taken away by Schlecht. Trying to drive in, shoot that baseline shot. No good. Rebound is offensive. I'll try again. No good. Rebound once again. That's just a good job by Bergstedt. She's been doing awesome tonight. Getting those offensive rebounds, able to kick it out, and they try to work with it again, and that's all you can ask for, really. 16-10 lead for the Eagles as Hattlestead tries to pass. Sorry rushes in and then tie up. Got to get aggressive when that ball is loose like that. Good job by Addison Sorry, along with her opponent, who is Rachel Bergstedt. Possession arrow in favor of the Burrows.
They've got Bergstedt way down at the end of the floor trying to help break that press. I don't know if that's the best spot for her to be or not. Maybe she handles that pretty well most of the time.
Addison Sorry saw an opportunity for a three-point shot, takes it, but just a little bit wide, and so we'll turn it over and have the Eagles come along with it with a $1:55 to go. Gruba almost trapped. Drives in, kicks ahead. That's Wall, Nord, and now back to Gruba. Schlecht being pressured by Maddie Olsen. And there's a good job for Bergstedt, scoring her first points of the evening. The assist to Schlecht. Ensign going to try to break that press herself, and Bergstedt going to draw the foul. It's the second one on her, team foul 7, so Megan Ensign will shoot the 1-1 as we see Wall step on for Bergstedt. Shot on the way, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound will go to Gruba. Little bounce pass out. Schlecht has some space, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound is rolling around. Hattlestead comes up with it, and then a push. So that'll cause us to march on down the floor with a minute 13. 18 for the Eagles, 10 for the Burrows, as Carsey Hattlestead, the freshman, will try to cut into this a little bit. Good looking free throw as she sinks the first one to earn the second, her first points of the evening.
Hattlestead has some tape in her elbow area. She had kind of a two-person twist on her arm last night, and she felt some pain, had it checked out. She seems to be okay. They're just supporting her a little bit with that tape.
Here's Michaela Wall on the other end. Nice offensive rebound and trying to put it back, but will get fouled. That's Wall, Mackenzie Wall. And as you mentioned, Keith, Hattlestead must not be hurting too bad enough that you need to tape that and support it like you said, but 2 for 2 on the line as we go to the double bonus on this other end now, as Hattlestead drew that foul. And then first shot for Wall is good. Her first trip to the free throw line. Second one on the way, also good as it bounces and rolls in. Benson back in the game, checked in between the shots, almost gets trapped, finds Ensign on the baseline, trying to push it up ahead, and that's a great job. Quick feet, excellent job by Wall to come in and defend the long pass that Maddie Olson needed to move towards.
That's the pass that the Eagles are looking for, and the Burrows need to counteract that by going into the middle of the floor.
Ensign getting hassled and double teamed. Good move by Coach Haley Lout with the timeout. 50 seconds to go in the second. It's 20-12 on the Tim Gazette Seat Sales scoreboard. Eagles lead the Burrows on yourliveevent.com.
Cruise on over to Hillsborough Body Shop, where they work on anything automotive. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. The guys combine for over 25 years of experience with professional, top quality, and timely automotive service. It's Ben and Tyrell at the Hillsborough Body Shop. Call 701-636-4981. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. If it moves and needs work, bring it over to the Hillsborough Body Shop. Call Ben Alba and Tyrell Lee, 701-636-4981. The Hillsborough Body Shop.
20 for the Eagles of Enderlin. 12 for the Burrows of Hillsborough Central Valley at the Hillsborough Event Center. I'm Leif Bakken. Keith Meyer with me on yourliveevent.com. Ensign trying to pass as she gets double teamed. Finds Olsen, now looking for Dovenmuller up ahead. Recovers, and now she gets double teamed, and now a foul will be called. Eagles playing very aggressive, Keith. And you got to appreciate that, but you also have to be careful when you're that aggressive.
Yeah, well, both teams are being aggressive. There's an awful lot of fouls on the board. Officials have really tried to take this thing by the horns and get the kids to slow down a little bit by calling fouls, but they aren't getting the message.
First shot on the way for Dovenmuller is good, so she'll get the second. I looked down and noticed that that's my first mark, as the second one is a miss. And that's because I had a little deja vu there from the junior varsity game, and seeing the way that Dovenmuller shoots is unique compared to other players. And I was like, wait a second, didn't she already do this? Miss on the second, goes out of bounds. It's 20-13, Eagles with the lead and the ball. Maddie Olson playing tight against Gruba. This is Mackenzie Wall, who had that last foul on the other end. Schlecht to Gruba. Now we go to the wing where Wall fakes, drives. Benson steps up. That's a good job by Benson. And they say she tipped it, so I'm going to give her the block. 11, just under 11 and a half to go. Ball worked around the perimeter. We've seen the Eagles do this a couple of times. This one partially hit by Dovenmuller. Gruba trying to drive in. Couple of big steps, splitting the defense, and scoring that last one just before time expires. 22 for the Enderlin Eagles, 13 for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs. We are coming up on your Farmers Union Insurance halftime show in just a bit. Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard reads 22-13. Enderlin over Hillsborough Central Valley. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
H509. If you are already a member, thank you. If you are not a member, we would love to invite you to join Hillsborough Dollars for Scholars. We remind you every graduating student who applies will receive at least one scholarship through Hillsborough Dollars for Scholars. So we can continue this amazing program, please consider a gift this season to Hillsborough Dollars for Scholars. Visit H509 Hillsborough Dollars for Scholars website or Facebook page for more information.
The Hillsborough Vets Club. It's where Borough sports fans meet after every game. The Hillsborough Vets Club is cheering for the Boroughs and also very appreciative of the community support of all of their fundraisers, their events, and just stopping in to enjoy the social and great atmosphere at the Hillsborough Vets Club. Good luck, Boroughs, from all your friends and veterans from the Hillsborough Vets Club. It's where Borough sports fans and us broadcasters meet after every game. This is Jim Berkmeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
A little Borough Buddies basketball action here at halftime of this game from the Hillsborough Event Center. I'm Leif Bach, and Keith Meyer by my side running the camera, and we appreciate everything he does. Also doing color commentary here on yourliveevent.com. On the Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard, the Enderlin Eagles lead 22 to the Boroughs of Hillsborough Central Valley's 13. Tim Gazette Seed Sales got Golden Harvest Seed. You can contact him, 701-430-0877 for your seed needs. This is the Farmers Union Insurance Halftime Show for auto, farm, home, and business. Visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsborough. As we take a look here at some of our halftime statistics that I've got. These are unofficial, and so keep that in mind as try to write down, and I try to keep track of a lot of things. And one of the things here is when we look at the 13 points up on the board, your leader in points is Megan Ensign, the freshman for the Boroughs. She has a three-pointer and a regular field goal for 5. Your leader in rebounds right now is Benson and Hattlestead with 4 apiece. In that first half, the Boroughs have 13 rebounds. Keith, keep that number in mind, 13. 2 assists so far, along with 3 steals, another key number, 3 steals. So 13 rebounds and 3 steals. We'll keep those numbers in mind. Stella Benson has 1 block. That is the only block of the game. Now let's move on to the Enderlin Eagles, and leading and scoring there is their junior, Genevieve Gruba, the 5'10 guard. She has a total of 15 points. She's got 2 free throws, a three-pointer, and 5 from the field. Then you've got Bergstedt behind her. You've got Mackenzie Wall with a three-pointer and 2 free throws. And so doing good from there. Bergstedt also has a 2-pointer. Your rebounding leader is also Gruba. She has 9 rebounds. Followed closely, as close as you want to say, I guess. Bergstedt, when she was in there playing with, had 5 rebounds, and then a handful for a few other teams. 20 rebounds total, Keith. So compare that to the 13 that the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs had. So 7 more. That makes a big difference. 2 assists for the Eagles, and then we count up the steals, and that number adds up to 8. 8 compared to 3. Your leader in steals right now is Aspen Schlecht, the 5'6" freshman, doing a good job out there. Bergstedt has 2 to follow her up, and no blocks, as I mentioned, for the Eagles. So, Keith, you and I talked about it, that rebounding becomes key. We've talked about that many a time, how big a deal that rebounding is. And the Boroughs got to put a body on somebody. And when they did, early on in that first quarter, then they didn't go after the ball. So then you have rebounds, and that's how you get to the 20 rebounds. And Gruba especially getting a bunch, her and Bergstedt getting a lot of offensive rebounds.
Well, the Eagles are just, kind of telling the Boroughs, the heck with you, we're going after the rebound. And you said a 7 rebound disparity. That's a big deal when so many of them are offensive rebounds. And as you mentioned, the Boroughs are positioning but not going after the ball. And to me, that's a sign of a lack of intensity. That can happen after you've had a big win. You forget what it took to get that win, and you just kind of go through the motions the next night. I would imagine Coach Lott is talking to them about snapping out of it and getting that intensity back and playing harder. The other thing that is really hurting the Boroughs, and you got to give Enderlin credit for it. Enderlin, again, with their intensity on defense, is really creating some problems for the Boroughs on offense. There's a lot of steals, a lot of turnovers. The Boroughs just need to get their floor game straightened out, and I think they'll be much better off this second half.
Yeah, I agree. If you get some of those passes handled, it changes things on the steal side. Again, 8 compared to 3. So, what do these two teams need to do? Well, I think for the Enderlin Eagles, I think they're doing some pretty good things. They have had some opportunities. Again, we saw it in the JV game. They're looking for a lot of three-point opportunities. But if they just drive to the basket, Keith, I think that they'd have more points up there. But they're just sitting here at 22.
Well, you never know what Coach French is trying to build, as they go forward. Maybe that's what he's looked at his talent. He's looked at the people he's got coming up. And maybe he thinks that a three-point offense is going to be their best offense in the coming years and even later this year yet. But I agree with you. I mean, it never hurts to put the ball on the floor and go to the hole with it, because like I said, unless the Boroughs change their intensity, the Eagles could get layup after layup. I just like what Enderlin's been doing this first half. They're just playing out hustling and taking charge.
I would agree with you there as we think about what the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs need to do. I think they've had some good looks. I think they, as you mentioned, Keith, bring up the intensity and put a body on somebody. Get some of those defensive rebounds and offensive rebounds, convert those into points, and then settle down your passes. We've seen that both teams can be aggressive. We've seen Enderlin can be very aggressive, and so if you frustrate them a little bit when they're trying to press, I think that that provides an opportunity to either march down the floor and shoot free ones, or it's going to cause problems and they'll have to back it off because you'll be scoring on them as you break that press as we move ahead. 1 minute to go before we start the third quarter here in North Dakota girls basketball. This has been your Farmers Union Insurance halftime show. For auto, farm, home, and business, visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsborough. 22 for the Eagles, 13 for the Boroughs. Third quarter action is on the way on yourliveevent.com.
Goose River Heating and Cooling of Hillsboro. Corey Wright is ready for you as a Rude dealer for the Hillsboro and surrounding communities. If your furnace has lived past its prime, you'll want to talk to Corey today about a new Rude furnace for your home or new construction. Now, you don't want to be left out in the cold, and that's why Goose River Heating and Cooling is available for you with 24-hour emergency service. Contact Corey Wright today at Goose River Heating and Cooling, 701-430-1990. Serving Hillsboro and the surrounding communities as a Rude dealer. Here for you, Goose River Heating and Cooling.
With the risks found in agriculture, it's important to have a crop insurance agent that understands your situation. Someone who will review your numbers and consider the different scenarios. Someone who understands farm programs and add-on options. IRE Insurance is here to help. With real-world experience, IRE Insurance will customize a plan to minimize your risk. Find out more at ireinsurance.com.
You're protected and appreciated at IRE.
Coming back to the game a little bit late, I'm Leif Bakken with Keith Meyer, and we're underway in the third quarter. We saw a steal for Maddie Olson out there for the Burrows, and then a miss on the other end. As the Eagles work with it on the offensive side. Mackenzie Wall to Genevieve Gruba, who's leading the way in points and rebounds. Long three-pointer here for Schleck. Nothing but net on that one. A great shot for her. And her first points of the night, actually. She's had a couple of attempts, but not made it. Limke will try to go respond from the free throw line on the other end. No good. Rebound falls down to Bergstedt. Back in the game. The Enderlin Eagles with their original 5 out there. Bergstedt to Schlecht. Back to Bergstedt on the wing. Burrows giving her some space, I guess, to take that shot. Schlecht thought about it. Go to the baseline to Nord. Gruba on a good cut. Off the board, no good. Offensive rebound. And a putback, no good, but a foul. Once again, there's an offensive rebound for Bergstedt, who does a good job when she was in there. She got into a little bit of foul trouble, and Coach French pulled her. Now she's got 2 on the way. First one off the mark. This is her first trip to the free throw line. We will see Smeldon and Hattlestead step onto the floor. Ensign as well. So Matea Aarons, the only one staying. As the second one is missed, and Smeldon comes up with the rebound. As I say that, glance down, a steal for Gruba. She'll have some space, work it all the way down. Smeldon trying to drive, and then a foul to be called, and so the Burrows will inbound here on the near sideline. That one goes on Mackenzie Wall, her second and team foul 1 in the second half. Addison Sari, the 8th grader, who does a good job for this Burrows team, sends it to that far side. Smeldon will send it back to the top of the key. Ensign on this near wing. Aarons, as she tries to turn around and got to try to use that pivot foot, but this time it works in her favor as she gets fouled, as that is Wall playing a little too tight. This will prompt her to go off and prompt Michaela Wall to step on. Wall for Wall as we go back into swinging the ball around far outside the arc. Hattlestead will get this one, and then blocked by Nord. (27-13), 5:43 in the third quarter. Inbound to Ensign on good look, didn't quite fall properly, and Gruba comes up with the rebound. She'll drive to the right side. Bergstedt's underneath, can't get that to go, gets her own rebound, finds Gruba. Schlecht now to the baseline where Nord is. Gruba kicks out. Schlecht, another long three-pointer. My goodness, she can nail those from all the way in downtown Hillsboro. Smeldon trying to drive and gets pushed out of bounds by Wall, and no call. So a turnover.
Well, she kind of tried to dribble where there was no room. There wasn't room between the defender and the out-of-bounds line, and just didn't work.
So the Eagles will try to work on it for the offensive side. That's a nice little under and up move for Gruba. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard Coach Lout yelling for that timeout, so we'll take the timeout as well. Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard, 32 for the Eagles, 13 for the Burros on yourliveevent.com.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, Kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Coming back, must have been a full timeout, but we're back. Leaf Bakken with Keith Meyer on yourliveevent.com as Coach Lout frustrated with the Burros. Yelled for that timeout and was granted it, and now we'll see if the timeout was any good, Keith. Ball almost knocked away as Smeldon gets it. Now Ensign. Bounce pass to Hattlestead. Little bit awkward angle and then a battle for the rebound. Good job by Stella Benson along with Rachel Bergstedt, the 5'8 junior. Possession arrow in favor of the Burros. Ensign gets a wing shot on the way. Nails it under a bit of pressure. And I think that's what folks were used to seeing last night when they watched the game. I was looking down, Keith. I missed who made that, but the Burros will bring it on down the floor. Nice split by Addison Sari trying to pass over, and Schleck says no.
Gruba got the feed from the free throw line. She made a cut low, and I missed the assist, but nice pass from the baseline into Gruba on the cut down the middle.
Sari will inbound the pass. Thanks so much, Keith, for catching me up as Benson misses this one. Rebound to Gruba. She'll drive. Now bounce pass out to Michaela Wall for three on the wing. Now press going to be put on. Ensign to Benson, back to Ensign, who brings it across half court. Trying not to dribble it out of bounds. Tried to bounce it off her opponent and ends up being a steal here for Schlecht. Pass across to Gruba, who converts the points. Sari gets the inbound pass. Up ahead to Dovenmuller, who checked in during that last stoppage. Sari, Ensign now. Benson lines up. Fires, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Hattlestead. She'll bring it back out. Shot clock resets on that. Dovenmuller trying to split the defense and draw the foul. The only thing there, Keith, is when you're double teamed, you do have the option to find somebody else. One person's open. Now, trying to find them when you're double teamed, that's another hard thing to do, but you do have an option.
Hattlestead was open on the wing area, the low wing, but Dovenmuller was focused on trying to get that ball through the defenders and get the basket up.
First shot for Dovenmuller off the mark as Bergstedt steps back on. And Nord steps off after getting her first foul. 3 team fouls on the Eagles. Second shot on the way for Dovenmuller falls in. She is 2 for 4 from the line. 39-16, the Eagles still lead with 3:20 to play in the third. Schlecht finds an open Bergstedt, maybe partially hit from behind by Benson. She was a little deep under the basket. Pass up ahead. Off the board, no good. Rebound is loose, and a battle for it as 2 players hit the floor hard. Jump ball is called.
Dovenmuller exerting some authority down there. She wasn't going to let go of that ball. That's nice to see.
Yeah, excellent to see from the junior. One of the taller players out there as Gruba brings the ball across half court. Finally, she'll get some help from Schlecht as she was double teamed out there. It was a good job by the Burros defense there. Gruba trying to drive off the board. Kind of an awkward shot, but hey, if you can make that, Keith, might as well go for it. 41-16, 2:45. Ensign passes up ahead to Dovenmuller. Bergstedt playing tight on her. Back to Ensign. Benson finds a open spot. Ooh, can't get the lucky roll. Hattlestead with the offensive rebound and the putback. Her first field goal of the night. Eagles trying to look for a three-point shot. Here's Schlecht with it. No good. Rebound falls down to Hattlestead. Pass across to Olsen. She'll finally gathered up. And Gruba, a little bit of pressure as we approach 2 minutes to go in the third. Olsen trying to go up against Schlecht, who's playing tight. And now a foul from behind on Gruba as Benson's trying to come out. Her third and team foul 4. Again, in that first half, we saw both teams pretty aggressive with 19 fouls as nobody was ready for that pass. And Gruba comes up with the steal. Driving against 2, goes up and a foul will be called. Misses the shot, so she has 2 on the way.
I'll tell you what, the Eagles have some good-looking athletes out there. More court time for them, little off-season work. They could become a very competitive team next year.
Maddie Olsen steps on as Kennedy Olsen steps off. We're also going to see Coralina Maudis, the senior, step on for Dovenmuller. Second one also good. 2 for 2 for Gruba. Olsen trying to drive up ahead, and a foul will be called as Michaela Wall will get called for that one. Team foul 5, and that's her third personal. I agree, and we heard Coach French say that in the pregame that he's looking forward to the summer and the summer workouts that they're going to put in, and I would have to agree with him. Like you said, trying to see what he can, what he has to work with as the Burrows pass that ball around kind of into that low block. It's a good opportunity for Hattlestead. She'll get fouled and go for 2.
Gruba to me she just looks like a player. And then in the JV game, we had, I think it was Eve Chamberlain.
Yep.
The 7th grader. She's not built like your typical scrawny 7th grade girl who's just going through growth spurt and all that. She's put together pretty well and has a nice shooting touch.
Hattlestead short on 2, and then a battle for the rebound is a jump ball in favor of the Hillsborough Central Valley Burrows, I should say. So Maddie Olsen will inbound. We also saw Wall step back onto the floor. Gruba getting a well-deserved break. Great job there for Carolina Modis. Scoring off of the rebound there, and now we'll see if the Eagles can respond with a 43-20 lead. 1:10 to go. Michaela Wall on the shot. Rebound was coming down to Benson as she's pushed from behind. And that is a player that I had missed stepping onto the floor as we march down to shoot the bonus. That's the first one on number 15, who is Caitlin Maggio, a 5'7" 8th grader and guard for the Eagles. 1:04 to go. Stella Benson's first trip to the free throw line. And she'll earn the second shot. 43-21. Second, good. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Eagles to bring the ball up. A little token press put on. Nice job by Hattlestead jumping up, but still lands in the hands of Wall. Wall to Schlecht. Back to Michaela Wall. Schlecht will take it. Was looking for the skip pass over to Maggio. Maggio thinking about the 3. Sends it back to Schlecht. drives in. And now taken away by Ensign. Pressure put on Ensign to bring the ball up the floor. 25, up to Stella Benson. Skip pass to Maddie Olson. Free throw line to Matas. Benson drives in, tries to utilize that baseline, and she'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. One thing that I've noticed in the last few days, and maybe it's because I was watching some Climax Fisher and Winnie Mac basketball the other night, and actually last night, and the utilization of the baseline, using the baseline and putting up some like baseline layups, and they did a very good job of it, and I've been seeing more and more teams, it feels like, at the end of the season do that. Benson makes the first one, and we'll see her go for the second. Then I can let you comment on that, Keith, as I haven't been very good about letting you talk about some of the things I've asked you.
Well, that baseline, there's two schools of thought on it. One is you don't give up the baseline for anything. You keep people away from the baseline, you funnel them to the middle where there's help. The other, I'll talk about the other one when we come back.
Sounds good. As we close the third, it's 43 for Enderlin Eagles, 24 for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs on yourliveevent.com. Fourth quarter action coming your way after this.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
When you need seed for your farm, contact Rocky Nedham. Nedham Seeds in Caledonia, 701-430-1149. Wheat varieties include LCS Trigger, LCS Rebel, AgriPro, SY Velda. Nedham Seeds also has barley seed and Seedex sugar beet seed, plus Pioneer corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed. Wheat, barley, corn, soybean, sunflower, alfalfa, and sugar beet seed. Nedham Seeds, Caledonia, 701-430-1149.
Enderlin starting with the ball here in the fourth quarter of Borough Eagle basketball in North Dakota girls basketball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken with Keith Meyer as Schlecht is being pressured here by Olson. Driving in, and then no shot. They're going to say a foul on Olson, who's been playing and guarding tight all night. Before we went to break on our quarter break, we were talking about baseline shots, and Keith, you were saying there's two schools of thought. One is to not let that option even be there.
Right. The other option, which is in vogue more today, is push the player baseline. Let them take the drive to the baseline and then bring somebody down from the weak side to trap down there, because they're behind the backboard. They don't have a lot of options to get the ball back out of there.
Good to know. Interesting to think about. Schlecht nailed that three for the Eagles on the other end. Burroughs trying to work with the ball. Hattlestead trying to go up. Not as strong as she thought, as the ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Burroughs. You've got two tall players in there now. You've got Maudis and Hattlestead, as Hattlestead tries to go up and draw a foul, but no bueno. Bergstedt will come up with the rebound. And Gruba, who's got the ball right now, we were just talking during the break, I have her down unofficially for 27 points. Here's Schlecht for three again. Around the rim, no good. Rebound falls down to Benson. As that's pretty wild, Keith, to have 27 points. And a good ball player, and you were talking about her. And hey, she's got some development to go, too. And she's a junior, so she's got another year as she drives in. And Olsen just going to hack her on the arm.
Gruba's going to be a good leader for them next year. She's got the skills. Looks like she's got the attention of the rest of the team. They follow her lead. I think she's going to be a nice player for her senior year.
Bergstedt is also a junior, so they'll both be very good leaders and share that leadership role, I'm sure, as the first one goes in for Gruba. That makes her 5 for 6 on the night. Here comes the next. Off the mark. Matas with the rebound. A glance down, it was stolen away by the Eagles as Gruba passes down to the corner to Bergstedt. Wall, now to Schlecht, trying to drive in. Sorry, left to play defense on her. Bergstedt maybe traveled, but it doesn't matter because Gruba's just going to drive in. And I have her down now for 11 field goals. Sorry, trying to bring that ball out of that tough press that we've seen in this second half, and that'll cause us to walk to the free throw line. And Gruba takes that foul, and it'll be 4 on her. Team foul 9.
You know, looking at Enderlin's record before this game started, looking at their scores and whatnot, their record is not very impressive, but now having watched them play, I just think they're playing some really good teams down there. Region 1 is always tough, and it's balanced. And I think they're just, you know, they're young enough that they're not winning those close games.
Miss on the other end for the Eagles as Limke comes up with the rebound. And now a foul called, and we'll go into the double bonus here. Tatum Limke, the senior, honored earlier this evening. 5'7" guard. Her and Stella Benson. As this first one is off the mark for Limke. 49-24, 5:45 to go. We are in double bonus for the Boroughs. The Boroughs only with 4 team fouls, so they can be aggressive, but I guess try not to be aggressive on the shot so your opponents aren't getting free ones from the free throw line, as she made the second. 25 for the Boroughs, 49 for the Eagles. Michaela Wall with it on this near wing. Nord on the baseline, skips it up top to Gruba. Now we work it around to the other side. Schlecht looking for a three-pointer again. No good. Rebound is offensive and put back. That's a good job for Gruba once again, and a timeout is called. And we'll take a timeout as well. 51 for the Eagles of Enderlin. The Boroughs with 25. They come from Hillsborough Central Valley. Tim Gazette Seed Sales Scoreboard. Thanks so much. We'll be back after this.
Genuine starts here. There's one easy way to keep your AGCO equipment productive all year with genuine preventative maintenance from AGCO Parts. When you check, change, and replace using AGCO Parts preventative maintenance products, you get the promise of maximum performance and increased uptime. Visit Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, to see our full selection of preventative maintenance parts products, or give us a call at 784-2961 to place an order today.
Coming back early out of this full timeout because I want the full minute timeout because I want to give Keith Meyer the opportunity here on YourLiveEvent.com to talk a little bit about what we were talking about earlier. We've seen a few of the bigger players get fouls because when you're playing that post defense, you need to make sure you're using your lower body, you were telling me during one of the breaks, instead of your upper body. Otherwise, that's how you draw those fouls and it becomes an issue.
Well, if you put your hands on the player when you're playing post defense, you're going to get nailed every time. You just can't put your hands on the player. What you can get away with some is keep your hands straight up, straight out, and then use your knee or leg to kind of nudge them away from the basket.
Limke tries to go up there, and Nord comes up with the block, and then it's taken away by Gruba. Second block for Nord here in the second half as Gruba gets stopped. And so thank you. I'm glad that we could finally complete that thought all the way from, what was that, probably the first quarter. So I'm glad we could get back to that. I'm Leif Bakken, that's Keith Meyer, and this is YourLiveEvent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. 51 for the Eagles, 25 for the Boroughs on the Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Maggio to Schlecht, who's driving here. No good. Rebound falls down to Matas for the Boroughs. Now they got to press to break. The 8th grader, Addison Sari, brings it up. I've been impressed with her, Keith. We've talked about her many a time. And she's got some growing years, both probably in height and in basketball. And it's going to be good to see her play in the future for this Hillsborough Central Valley team. Dovin Mueller trying to get the ball, gathers it up, gets around Wall, and then can't quite get around Gruba, who comes up with the rebound. Gruba to Schlecht, now back to Maggio. Wall into the corner is Gruba, being guarded by Matas. At the top of the key is Gruba, trying to drive in. Double team, she'll split through that and put those points in. I have her down for 34 points. Gruba, as the Boroughs work the ball around. They lead 53-25 with 3:10 to go in the game. Taken away by Michaela Wall. And the Eagles will bring it on up. The junior, Gruba, in charge of the offense. Leaves it for Schlecht. To Wall, to Gruba. Low wing, high corner, if you want to call it that. Now into Nord. She'll kick it back out. That's the first time I think they've gone inside to Nord. There's the second. Drive and then kick out. Looking for three, no good. Rebound falls to Limke. She'll bring the ball up. Stops and leaves it for Hattlestead. 2 Boroughs set to come in on our next stoppage. 2:30 to play in the game. Sorry. Dribbled the ball and ends up being a dead ball. Now ball is knocked out of bounds by the Eagles, and we'll have those substitutes come in. Hattlestead and Dovin Mueller step off. This is McKenna Dickoff stepping on to inbound along with Stella Benson, who is also out there on the floor. Limke to Matas. Benson trying to drive, gets stopped and kicks it out. Nice bounce pass from Sari back to Benson, and that's a good little lift for her. Excellent job. Timeout going to be taken, and I believe is it just to get players in?
Yeah.
As I think we're just.
So. Well, maybe.
Coach Lout wants to take the timeout
Okay.
and use it herself. 2:07 to play, 53-27. Eagles lead the Boroughs on yourliveevent.com.
Olson Hardware in Hillsborough welcomes you to stop in. Find all of your hardware needs. If you're doing yard and garden work, Olson Hardware has the lawn and garden tools, rakes, shovels, hose, and more, plus all of your lawn care needs too. If you're getting ready to do your outdoor projects this summer, stop by Olson Hardware, pick up your paint, stains, and all of the accessories. And if you're in need of a mattress upgrade, be sure to stop in and check out the amazing Rest Mattress. Olson Hardware can repair your major appliances too. They are your full-service hardware store, Olson Hardware in Hillsborough. Stop in today.
On yourliveevent.com, I'm Leaf Bakken with Keith Meyer, and the Eagles lead the Boroughs on the Tim Cassette Seed Sale scoreboard, 53-27 from the Hillsborough Event Center. Trying to get everybody's name wrote down before we came back, but this is the 7th grader we talked about earlier from the JV game, Chamberlain. She's got the ball low on the wing. She'll bring it back to the top. This is Spain, Penelope Spain, the 5'9 freshman. Number 12, that's Karina Olson, a 5'5 8th grader, as she takes the shot from 3, no good. Rebound falls down to Limke. Limke over to Dickoff. Gets stopped on the wing, kicked out to Matas. Now Sari with it on the wing, trying to drive in. She'll try to do that little jumper. Found good position, but couldn't quite get to the ball. Bounced a little bit high for her. And so unfortunate turnover there. 1:15 to go. Olson passes up to Chamberlain. They were looking for Mary Hansen, the senior, but it's taken away by Benson. On the other end, Benson was driving and gets fouled, and so we'll see that Mary Hansen, the 5'10 senior, getting that one, and 2 shots on the way for Stella Benson. First one good. This will be Tessa Johnson, the sophomore, stepping on now for the Boroughs, wearing the number 32. Second shot on the way for Benson, off the front of the rim, and good. Keith, she's 6 for 6 from the line. Olsen brings it up for the Eagles. That one comes to the hands of, that's Danielle Goodmanson. They try to kick it underneath. And a turnover on the Eagles with just under 54.
Kind of a nice move here. Coach Loud is leaving Benson and Lemke in the game to finish out their home career.
Steal here for Goodmanson. Up off the board and makes the points. I agree, especially on their senior night, last little homestand, and make the most of the opportunity here as seniors. 30 seconds to go. Shot missed. Will give the rebound to Chamberlain there, and then it'll be stolen away by Lemke. Trying to go up ahead to Dickoff, and then it goes into Olsen's possession. Spain looking for 3 points, no good. Rebound falls down to Benson. 4 seconds now. Gallagher with the ball, trying to pass across the way to Lemke, and the ball loose, and time expires. This one finishes with the Enderlin Eagles 55-29 for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs from the Hillsborough Event Center, Hillsborough, North Dakota. Well, stick around. We've got some post-game statistics to talk about, and we'll also be hopefully getting Coach Loud up here to talk a little bit, and maybe one of her players. And we also have some great features coming your way, along with the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, the Halstead Telephone Post-Game Connection, and the RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. All of that on the way on yourliveevent.com. The Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard shows us 55 for the Enderlin Eagles, 29 for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs as a final score here on yourliveevent.com. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
You can trust Paul's Hometown Repair for professional service on your vehicles, cars, vans, pickups. Bring them in to Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsborough. Whether it's light work such as oil changes and tune-ups, or more serious matters including transmission work and engine overhauls, they'll get the work done for you at Paul's Hometown Repair. They'll get your vehicle back on its wheels, running like new. Call 436-4676 to schedule your vehicle for service at Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsborough.
Contact the guys at RDK Enterprises before the winter breaks to spring and your equipment isn't ready for the field. RDK Enterprises specializes in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and they have the full line of precision planting products. Call them up and schedule your maintenance or software updates at 701-636-2119. They're more than happy to talk about any other issues that may be affecting your precision planting. Spring is closer than you think, and RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton can help you out. 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Reed Insurance, Terry Reed and Julie Larson, serving you with homeowners, farm, auto, multi-peril, crop hail. They're here to help you with the insurance you need. Located in the Wright Implement Building in Hillsborough, call Julie or Terry today at Reed Insurance, 701-636-5471. Visit with Terry Reed and Julie Larson for the insurance coverage you need. You can depend on Reed Insurance.
Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsborough is accepting new patients. They offer patients of all ages a full range of dental services, including Clear Correct, which is an option for invisible braces, and a $99 whitening program. Dr. Rothfuss accepts multiple insurance plans, including United Concordia that was affiliated with Blue Cross Blue Shield and all Delta dental insurances. Bring your smile to Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsborough, and the friendly staff will help make it sparkle. Call 701-636-4244 today.
Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsborough, for when you need repair work done on your vehicle, need an oil change, need new tires, or need tire repair. Visit Sorum Oil Company in Hillsborough. They fill LP tanks, bulk delivery of your home heating or farm fuels, and carry batteries. Call your locally owned full-service gas station, Sorum Oil Company in Hillsborough, 701-636-5356. Brad, Jody, and Blake Sorum, thank you for your business, and they look forward to continuing to serve you at Sorum Oil Company.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
New Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are here. In the Hillsborough area, contact Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. These new Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans feature exclusive genetics and high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans and XtendFlex soybeans. Golden Harvest Seeds. Talk with your area representative, Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877 for Golden Harvest Seed.
Welcome back to the Hillsborough Events Center. I'm Leif Bakken with Keith Meyer on YourLiveEvent.com. A final on our Tim Cassette seed sales scoreboard of 55 for the Enderlin Eagles, 29 for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs. And let's take a look at some of the statistics, and then we'll talk more on some of our features and hopefully get Coach Loud up here to speak with us as well. This is how it went by scoring as we started off fairly close with a 9-3 first quarter. Enderlin led the entire way, 22-13 at half, 43-24 after 3, and then 55-29 at the end of the game. Let's start off with the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs, talking about some of their key statistics, and that would be Stella Benson leading the way with 10 points. She had 2 field goals and was 6 for 6 from the free throw line, and actually she's coming this way right now. Does that mean that Coach is going to let her talk? Oh, we also see the senior Limke. We'll get to more of the statistics in just a second, and we'll get set up here very quickly, and I'll hand this microphone to, thank you.
Yeah, he was handing it to me, so.
Let's see here. Unplug this, plug this in, and everybody gets to be part of the background of how production works here. Stella Benson joins us here up in the crow's nest on the mezzanine here of the Hillsborough Event Center. And Stella, tell me a little bit, talk a little bit about this one. I know it's a tough loss, but hey, you led the way in points tonight, by the way. Tell me a little bit about some of the emotions tonight.
I think just our energy was a little bit down. We came off a win last night, and I know we all wanted to get another one in a row, but the energy, it wasn't there, and that's, I don't know.
Did you feel all right about how things were going in the first? I mean, it was kept pretty close. The second half, the steam kind of ran out. But in the first half, how did you feel?
Yeah, the first half it felt good. I knew going into halftime that we'd have to dig ourselves out of that hole, but I felt confident we could do it, but they kind of just ran away from us.
What's it been like for you and for Tatum as seniors, and it's the first year for Coach Lau? What was her coaching style like for you? And I'm sure it's kind of hard because you go through different coaches, and then it's a new coach, and you're trying to figure things out. But how is it felt to be under her leadership and be a leader for her?
It's good. It's fun. It's good to be able to, she really talks about just connecting with the girls, with the younger classmen. So it feels good getting to play with them and getting to know them.
What are some of your plans moving forward as we're coming up on the end of the season? Talk a little bit about what you want to do after high school or after the season's over. What's kind of the next thing? Maybe you do track or do something else. What else is going on for you?
Yeah, I got to get ready for track season for sure. Yeah, that's coming up, and that'll be a good season hopefully. So, yeah. Getting ready for that.
Anything else you want folks at home to know about the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs or about Stella Benson?
Not really.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Congratulations on your senior night, and best of luck in the next few games. You guys have a busy week ahead of you.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet. We'll bring Tatum Limke in here and basically ask you the same questions, Tatum. Kind of talk about your feelings as that game started. I know pumped up, energy's going because of the win last night, and then the wheels fall off a little bit. Yeah. Talk a little bit about how this game started and how you're feeling coming in.
Right away, we were super close, going into halftime, only a 9-point difference. I tried to stay hopeful. It's hard. It's a lot harder to keep the energy up when you're losing. But I don't know. We just weren't in it tonight. I think yesterday kind of took it out of us. We got home late, you know. A lot of things could have gone better, but there were still positives, so.
Yeah, and I talked to Coach Loud about that. Was just saying to Stella as well, you know, with 4 games this week, you got to figure out a way to rest. What is your plan? What have you been trying as a leader of this team to kind of say, how do we stay healthy and stay awake? And it's going to be a long week. That's all there is to it.
Well, definitely, you know, getting to bed on time, not staying up late. Water is important, eating, everything. We don't want to, like, stay up and eat a bunch of crap, you know. But that's the thing. We try to go to bed. We naps on the bus home, like anything we can do to get rest, as much rest as we can get. So.
For you, Tatum, what's it been like to be under a Coach Lout? Again, I know it's difficult when it's your senior year and she's a first-year coach, so she's trying to implement some things that maybe you're trying to learn or unlearn from previous coaches. What's it been like to work with Coach Lout and be a leader for her team?
Well, yeah, I've had 3 different coaches the past 3 years, so each one of them have been different. Lout's amazing. She really understands our team. You know, she was a college athlete. She gets it. She's played girls basketball, which I think is awesome, something we needed. It's definitely different, but it's working, and we're growing, and we're getting better and everything. I think I'm excited to watch next year.
That's awesome. And tell me a little bit about your plans. Do you do any track and field? What are you coming up in the spring and then maybe beyond high school?
Yeah, track, for sure. We have to get ready for that soon. That starts really soon after basketball. And then NDSU, college, pretty much that's it.
Very good. Well, that's awesome to hear. Is there anything else that folks need to know about Tatum Limke or the Hillsborough Central Valley boroughs that you think folks out there maybe don't know?
I don't think so.
Awesome. Well,
Who wins between the brothers and you?
Me. I'm the best Limke.
Okay.
Everyone knows that, though.
Good to know. The best Limke. We're talking to the best Limke.
Yes,
Hey,
I know.
Tatum, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on your
Thank
senior
you.
night. No, it's a tough loss, but hey, on to the next, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, Tatum Limke along with Stella Benson, seniors for this team. We'll take a quick break and then come back with those statistics. We'll also get Keith Meyer's comments, and we'll see if Coach Lout shows up as well. This is YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leaf Bach, and we'll be right back.
North Dakota state law requires students attending school to be up to date on immunizations that protect them from life-threatening diseases such as measles, chickenpox, mumps, or pertussis. Trail District Health Unit reminds parents to get your children all the recommended vaccinations for their health and the safety of our community. Contact Trail District Health Unit if you have any vaccination questions or if you would like to schedule an appointment. Call 701-636-4434 for Trail District Health Unit.
Before we get to our statistics here on YourLiveEvent.com, Coach Haley Loud joins us. And, Coach, unfortunate loss tonight, but talk a little bit about what was said at halftime that to try and get everybody boosted back up and bring the spirits back up.
Yeah, we just talked about we needed to box out. Our defense was killing us kind of in all the quarters. We had to do something, step up, and the energy was kind of down. And we know the girls are tired. It was a late night last night, but just to bring that energy in that this is a game that we can come back on. And we came back by 13 points last night, so it's doable. So we saw the tiredness tonight, especially in defense. So we just got to take care of ourselves this next day and just prepare for Thursday.
Yeah, you get a day off, so what do you do practice-wise, or is it going to be a lighter practice, or is it maybe a little more intense to nail down some of the things you missed tonight? How's the next day look?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we're going to kind of take it a little slower tomorrow and just kind of work through the things we need to. The girls, they've got a long couple of days ahead of them, and when the defense is on, we do pretty well at defense. So I think tonight what got us is that tiredness and just the energy was low. So we just kind of got to regroup and bring that energy for Thursday.
Talk a little bit about the seniors we got to honor tonight, Stella Benson and Tatum Limke, how they took on your program, of course, after being through some different coaches, and it's hard to kind of maybe forget things and take on what you're giving them, and also like just the leaders that they were for your team.
Yeah, first year coach, we couldn't have asked for better seniors. They were great to work with. They still are great. We still got a couple of games left, but they get the girls going, the girls respect them, and they put their effort into it, and it's shown. They take on any role we ask, and so that's huge, saying like you've had all these different coaches and now we're asking you to kind of take on our type of playing now, and they did. They've been awesome this season, and we're going to miss them when the season's done. I know it's going to be really hard on the girls. It's going to be hard on us, but they have set a good foundation for the girls program.
What's the next thing? Again, what do you have to prepare for coming up on your next team? As I got to glance over here and check again who you guys have, because I believe it's you've got North Border, and that'll be at Central Valley. So what do we know about North Border that we need to be ready for?
Yeah, so what I've seen them do is kind of that 2-3 zone. So we talked about how to attack that, and if they put a 1-2-2 on us, how are we going to adjust to it? And so we just talked about the different offenses that we're going to use against those types of defenses so that we are able to score, and then how to recognize that. So that's going to be big. So we put in an offense that we like against that. If they switch it up on us, we'll just adjust to the other offenses that we have. The big thing, too, is going to be defense. That kind of showed us tonight. I think that game would have been a little different if we had some defensive stops. So we're getting to score now. We're getting good looks. So now the girls have got to put a full game in it together. So.
And the last thing, we talked about the seniors, talked about what you got to work towards next time, and some of your freshmen. I mean, again, talking about Megan Ensign doing a nice job last night. She had some great shots in the junior varsity game tonight, and then had some good looks in the varsity game as well. Talk about this freshman and even the other players that are just doing a good job. They're starting to figure it out. They're putting a game together and moving ahead.
Yeah, and that we owe a lot to our seniors with that. They talk to the girls, they get the girls going, and that's huge for us that we've got this young team, and they're starting to notice things young now and start play at a more mature level, and that is a lot of thanks to those seniors who have shown them what it takes to play at that level and just keep leading the girls in the right direction. So we're excited for that future too. They keep improving, and I know the girls are going to work hard all the way to the end.
Coach Haley Loud of the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs, best of luck on the next one, and hey, go get some rest along with your team.
Yes, thank you.
We'll be right back. I'll get those final statistics for you, and we'll get some features for you as well here on YourLiveEvent.com. A final of 55-29, the Eagles of Enderlin over the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Welcome back on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leaf Bach, and Keith Meyer with me as a final here of the Enderlin Eagles beating the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs 55-29. That'll push the Boroughs to 2-16 on the season, and the Eagles to 4-15 overall for the two teams. As we take a look at scoring once again, it was 9-3 after one quarter of play in favor of Enderlin the entire time, 22-13 at half. That's doable to come back, but unfortunately the Boroughs couldn't quite scrap back in, 43-24 after 3 and a final of 55-29. Starting off with the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs statistics here. Your leader in points was Stella Benson with 10, 2 field goals, and 6 for 6 at the free throw line. That was followed up by Megan Ensign, the freshman, with 2 field goals and a three-pointer. She was 0 for 1 on the free throw line. Behind her was Carsey Hattlestead with 4, 2 free throws, and a two-pointer, and Dovenmuller with 2 free throws and a two-pointer. In the rebounding category, it was 13 in the first half and 12 in the second for the Boroughs to meet 25. Your leader was Carsey Hattlestead, the freshman, with 8, 4 in each half. Only 3 assists for the entire game for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs. 8 steals. Your leader there was Megan Ensign with 2 of the 8. Then it was spread out amongst many. And 1 block. That was in the second quarter for Stella Benson. For the Enderlin Eagles, your leader in scoring was the junior Genevieve Gruba, 5'10 junior. She had 34 by my unofficial statistics, Keith, so we talked about how amazing that really is. I have her down for 13 two-pointers, a three-pointer, and then she was 5 for 7 from the free throw line. I forgot to mention the Burrows were 12 for 19 from the free throw line, so that's a positive I should have brought up with Coach. Your next, jumping back to the Eagles, 9 points was the next for Schlecht. All three were three-pointers, and then you had 5 points for Mackenzie Wall coming in with a three-pointer and 2 free throws. She was 2 for 2. The Eagles were 7 for 12 from the free throw line. 20 rebounds in the first half, 14 in the second half, so that was cut back for a total of 34. 16 of those 34 brought down by Gruba. Then that was followed up by 9 brought in by Bergstedt. 5 assists total, with 3 of those going to Schlecht, the other 2 to Gruba that I kept track of. 15 steals for the Eagles, 5 of those to Schlecht, followed by Gruba with 4, and then 2 blocks in that second half for Krista Nord, the sophomore, standing at 5'9". When you take all those numbers I just threw at you, Keith, give me the coach's perspective.
Well, coach's perspective, the Burrows took a giant leap forward last night, took a step back tonight. Like everybody said, the energy level was just not there. The attention to rebounding, the attention to sharp passing, it just struggled with it. So you hope that they do get rested up and get ready for North Border. That's a game they can certainly compete in, and that's what Coach has to tell her girls is, hey, Tuesday night was Tuesday night. That's over with. Let's go see what we can do with North Border. If they could pull out another win here somewhere, that would be just feather in their cap, and it would really be an emotional lift for the girls. Enderlin, man, I'd still like to see who they've been playing and how much they've been losing by and how they've been losing. They just look like a darn good team tonight. One of the plays that sticks in my mind over and over is the pass from the short corner to Gruba cutting down the middle, and she was wide open for either a little turnaround jump shot or a layup. So they ran their offense well. The cuts were where they were supposed to be, and then their energy level was very good, I thought. Loose balls, there were 2 people jumping after them. Offensive rebound is nothing but good, solid, hard work. You just got to go in there and get your nose dirty. That's what they did. They came away with so many offensive rebounds. That really hurt the Burrows in the first half. That's what I think gave Enderlin their first half lead. Was those second chance opportunities and kicking things out, and I was just very impressed.
Keith mentioned a few things there, and I want to transition to one of our specialties here, and that's the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Talking about energy, and Line 3 is finished up, and you can find out more on the Line 3 project as they completed that, and what's coming up next for Enbridge at enbridge.com. And Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, I think it's kind of obvious for us out there. Genevieve Gruba, she with all those points, rebounds, and just in general, the Eagles' energy, as you mentioned. I think the lack of energy from HCV is unfortunate. It's tough, but we're in the grind point, and it's time to grind. Mother Nature caused those problems as well, and so with the rescheduling and everything, four games this week is going to be tough for the Burrows, but they're going to make it through. But the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game going to Genevieve Gruba. Just to let everyone know, they were on a 4-game slump. 71-42 loss to Oaks on the 31st, a 65-51 loss to Richland away away at Kidder County with a 51-31 loss, and then just last night they lost 67-52. So 67-52 is not too bad. That was to Tri-State. And so then you come here, you win. Your next game is at home against Kindred, a very tough girls team that'll be coming in, and then that's on Thursday. And then they have a break till February 17th, and it's the play-in game, as Coach French mentioned in our pregame show, probably playing Tri-State for that play-in.
Mhm.
And so, again, they've got that opportunity and probably winnable game to play in.
I would think so. Those young folks of Enderlin, they're learning and continue to learn, and they'll be smarter when that play-in game rolls around than they are now. So could be very interesting.
Let's move on to our Halstead Telephone post-game connection. Discover local reliability you can trust with Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com is where you can visit them. I've got to give my Halstead Telephone post-game connection to, that is Aspen Schlecht. She's a freshman, and she had the 9 points to be the second most for the Eagles, but she had 5 steals. You got to be pretty good with your hands. You got to be precise. And you got to be just did a good job getting that ball out of there. So a good job for her. She's our Halstead Telephone post-game connection, doing a great job poking that ball out, and also just launching those 3-pointers. She did a good job, and a freshman, so she's got something to work with, and we talked about that. Coach French has some great players to work with, and it's going to be good. Moving on to what I was trying to kind of say there is our RDK Precision Player of the game. If you're thinking about upgrading your planter, now's the time to do it because it's just sitting there waiting. And it felt nice out today, Keith. I bet how many farmers do you think thought, boy, I smell the dirt. It's time to, it's getting close to get out there. Hey, get your stuff out there to RDK in Hillsboro and Drayton. They'll upgrade your planter, upgrade your software for precision planting, and help you out. That's RDK Enterprises, PlanterDoc.com. Again, Hillsboro and Drayton, North Dakota are the locations, and they've got more to offer you as well at RDK Enterprises. Your precision player of the game. Again, I wanted to give it to Schlecht because of the steals, but I think I'm going to give it to Bergstedt tonight, Keith, because she was precise on getting underneath that ball and making a lot of offensive rebounds, and that was key for them early on in the game and early in the third quarter, and getting those, dishing it back out. She only had 2 points on the night herself. I think that was one putback. Otherwise, she was feeding Gruba, she was feeding back out, and working with that 3-point workaround that the Eagles were doing, and a great job for Bergstedt, doing Rachel Bergstedt, the junior, another great leader, as we talked about in the game. She's your precision player of the game. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I think we're all kind of caught up here. For the Boroughs, as we mentioned, they had that win last night against Park River Fordville Lankin, 38-35, a good one that you heard here on YourLiveEvent.com with Jerry Peralta. A loss here to Enderlin, 55-29. Now what's next? They take a break tomorrow. Whew, deep breath. And then they play at Central Valley against North Border on Thursday. Then they're away on Friday the 11th at Maple River. They're in Tower City. Then they're away at Mayport CG on the 14th. So that's on Monday. They've got a couple more games than everybody else. Again, Mother Nature causing some issues, and that's where we come up with the end of the schedule. And then just like everyone else, they only get I guess they do get a 4-day break. Then they have their play-in game on the 18th. Most likely.
Who plays who in Region 2 for those play-in games I think it's totally up in the air yet.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We talked about, this side of the state, Keith, kind of our final comments here as we wrap things up. This side of the state, very good in basketball. Region 1 is very competitive. Central Cass, Northern Cass in girls. Kindred, very good as well. So that's been fun to watch. I've been covering some of those games on the Northern Cass side of things. Four Winds Minnewacan is off up north, but not in these two regions, but a very good eastern side of the state team. Grafton, defending champions. Thompson, a very good team. And so it's just been fun basketball over here. Unfortunately for the Boroughs, to be honest about it, they've had a tough go at it. They're learning, and that's all there is to it, and they're hoping to build and be one of these greats.
Yep, it's just going to take commitment, and if Coach Lott can get those girls to commit to getting into a conditioning program, to work cardio and also to work on strength, and commit to 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day in the driveway or in the gym, just shooting. And not just walking around and shooting. I mean, making a jab step, dribbling the other way, and taking a jump shot, those kinds of things. If they'll commit, things will get better, things will improve. And that's Coach Lout's job for, the future, is to get them to buy into that.
The season's not over for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs. They've got 3 more to go before the end of the season, and even then, they've got a play-in to work through here in Region 2 before the region tournaments. And then, my goodness, it feels like this basketball season's kind of flown by. Boys are still kind of, the light is beginning to appear on the horizon for the boys for the end of the season, so that's going to be fun to watch as well. Thanks so much to Keith Meyer for helping us out. Once again, the scoring here by quarter. After one, it was 9-3. Enderlin leading all the way, 22-13 at halftime, 43-24 after 3 quarters of play, and a 55-29 final on our Tim Cassette seed sales scoreboard. Thanks to everybody involved here at the Hillsborough Event Center as we get things cleaned up and make our way out the door as well. Thanks so much to Mark Forseth and Jim Berkmeyer for being executive producers with YourLiveEvent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Thank you so much, Keith Meyer. We appreciate everything you do, helping me out, helping us all out here at Central Valley and Hillsborough Event Center, and appreciate your comments and insight. It's always great to talk to you kind of just about the game and everything, so thank you very much.
Oh, I appreciate that. And another thing I appreciate was seeing you when I walked in the building. I hope folks saw Leaf in the post-game interviews. That punky little guy has more beard than he does face right now, I think.
Yeah, and we'll see. I think once this basketball season's done, it might go away. So we'll see what happens on that end of things. Thanks so much, Keith. Really appreciate everything. And thanks to you, folks, for being part of this. And thanks to all our sponsors. Make sure you say thank you to them. And they deserve all the thanks as well for just supporting these teams throughout the season. That's going to cover it for us here from Hillsborough, North Dakota. A final for the Enderlin Eagles beating the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs 55-29 as we close things out from the Hillsborough Event Center. I'm Leaf Bakken saying we'll see you down the road.
Thank you.